What were Amundsen's revolutionary sled dog techniques? Imagine crossing miles of icy wilderness with a team of dogs pulling your sleds, moving faster and more efficiently than anyone thought possible. That was the secret of Roald Amundsen's success. When he set out to reach the South Pole in 1911, he didn't just rely on traditional methods. Instead, he learned from indigenous Arctic peoples, especially the Inuit. He studied how they survived and traveled in extreme cold, realizing that Greenland dogs, also called Huskies, were far better suited for polar travel than horses or motorized vehicles. He saw that these dogs had thick coats, strong legs, and a natural ability to work in snow and ice. Amundsen's approach started with choosing the right dogs. He bought 100 Greenland dogs from the Royal Greenland Trading Company in September 1909. He didn't just pick any dogs. He selected animals with proven stamina and strength. He also hired expert dog drivers like Helmer Hansen, who knew how to handle these animals in tough conditions. This focus on quality animals and skilled handlers made a big difference. He also improved the equipment. His team built lighter sledges from hickory wood, which were strong but easy for the dogs to pull. The sleds could carry loads of around 100 kilograms at first, then more as the journey went on. They stored supplies carefully so that the team could access food and gear without exposing themselves to the cold for too long. One of Amundsen's most clever techniques was the fan hitch method. Instead of attaching dogs in a line behind each other, he gave each dog its own tow line. This meant dogs could move freely and not get stuck if one dog slowed down or stopped. It also helped the team adapt to different terrains, like the wind-sculpted sastrugi or thin snow over crevasses. He managed the load carefully, pacing the team to travel about 15 nautical miles each day. When the dogs performed well, some of the strongest ones were even used as ballast, tied onto the sleds to help balance the load. Amundsen also made a tough decision to kill and eat some dogs along the way when supplies ran low. This was a harsh choice but kept the team fed and alive during the long journey. Compared to other explorers like Robert Scott, who used horses and motorized sledges, Amundsen's dog-centered method proved far more effective. Scott's horses froze or broke down, and his motorized sledges sank into the ice. Amundsen's team reached the South Pole first and returned safely, thanks to his smart, practical techniques. The terrain was full of challenges, like the icy ridges called sastrugi that made traction difficult. Amundsen's team learned to have the lead dogs break trail first, even though it was tough work for both dogs and drivers. They had to pull hard over thin snow and sometimes nearly fall into crevasses. The key was continuous adaptation and trusting the dog's strength and endurance. Amundsen knew that the bond between the drivers and the dogs was vital. He chose men who knew how to handle the animals well and kept discipline high. His careful planning, combined with the dogs' incredible abilities, made the difference. The dogs were not just animals pulling sleds. They were partners in one of the most daring journeys in polar history. Their techniques, based on indigenous knowledge and smart engineering, changed how explorers approach the icy poles forever.